Hey yo, what is up guys, and I am back bringing you guys today another dose of some Destiny 2 gameplay. Now if you guys are indeed new to my channel, then you know what to do. Let me just wait for this guy to finish his intro.
Ooh! Cabal on the field. Let's bet big. Cabal are on their last legs in this system. Let's cut them out from under. All right, hold on to something. Let's hunt some hostiles, brother. Bring their moats to the bank.
And you know what to do. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification to get my latest videos. And if you guys do find my content helpful in any way, shape or form, then hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And let's get into it. Now in today's video, I want to share some, I want to say crucial tips on Gambit, but it's kind of easy to master, guys. Like, the main objective is after you defeat your opponents, they drop some tiny white triangles called moats, which is something you gotta bank. The max that you can hold is 15, and you have to bank them in that blue thing that you see on the screen right now on my left hand side. And what you guys want to do is, if your teammates are good, you guys can basically communicate without communicating, and then just see if like one actually if everyone has 15, I suggest like you guys all go there, you all dunk, and then a portal will open to the other side, which is your enemy side, and then you guys can invade, get the drop on your enemy. Of course they do know when you're invading, because on their side it like flashes in like red, and then there's like a beeping noise, kind of like alerting them, saying that man, there's a person that's not supposed to be here and shit, you know. What I would suggest you guys do is try collecting heavy ammo, and if you guys are rocking special weapons, that heavy ammo gives you +7, I think. If it's not, it's +5, you know. And as you guys can see, my moats are full. What you want to do is go to the bank, deposit your moats, come back and fight, you know, re-engage and whatnot.
Got eyes on a high-value target.
Now, tips for invading, guys. Like, for me, honestly, range is your best friend. Range, you know, long range. If you're up close and personal, if your like gun skills are crazy and shit, you can go bonkers, you know, get them from up close, you know. But for me, what has worked best was long range, you know. And if I get pushed, I just change weapons to my sidearm, melts them real quick, and then I can re-engage, you know. So you pick them off from a distance, and linear fusion rifles work good. Swords up close, you know, if you want that personal touch, and scout rifles are good as well, you know. I do have some gameplays of me playing with the Jotun, you know, but you know what the Jotun does, man. The Jotun. So the reason why I'm saying range is your best friend, it's because if these guys, right, for instance, they're fighting off a primeval or something, they will be focused on the primeval more than you, because they're getting shot at from the primeval. And if you like, you see how I said the sword kind of works good for close range, just wipes them out real quick. So as I was saying, from long range, these guys are getting shot at by the enemies, and if you shooting at them too, they think that the enemies are shooting at them, it's not you. So the DPS is kind of works in your favor, if I can say that, you know, because they have the enemies are distracting them, and then here you come, hit them from long range. They don't know where they're getting hit from, they think it's the enemies, you know. So it kind of works in your favor too, unless you have like some smart ass Gambit tryhards, you know. Then obviously they are gonna like coordinate. They can use rocket launchers on you. Some rock the Galahorn, something. The G-Horn, man, the G-Horn. Some rock that, some rock like I said, linear fusion rifles. You are gonna find some tryhards rocking sniper rifles too. I don't know who does that, some psycho heads, but you guys are gonna find that too, man. Like I was saying, these tips will be randomized. I don't think I have clarified that. These tips will be randomized, you know. We learn as we go, man. So yeah. Another tip for you guys, right, is keep your bank clear, man. If you guys hear like the opposing team has just deposited something in their bank, a prime evil will come. Not a prime evil, man, like miniature prime evils, man. What are these things called, man? The Taken. Let me just say this. Let's call them the Taken, man. The Taken will come, and if the opposing team has like, for example, for instance, if one like deposits 15 motes, for example, a small prime evil will appear, and then a small Taken will appear, and then if like, for instance, all three of them deposit 15 motes each, you know, which is like 45 motes inside, that means that there's a big one that's gonna appear, and then it's gonna steal your motes, and then as it steals your motes, it's giving the opposing team your motes basically, but it's like one at a time. So if you try and keep your bank clear, you guys can get your prime evil up very quickly. And as soon as your first portal opens, man, I suggest you go inside, you know, go inside, test the waters, and if the opposing team is not as good, you just keep invading. You just keep, you know, slowing them down or fucking them up in a way, you know. But otherwise, if they're good and you see that like they took you out within like a blink of an eye or something, man, then that's when you're like, okay, you just slow down your gameplay, you don't invade as much, you wait for them to come. And if they don't pull up a clutch too, that means they're trying to get the win, you know. They're only going for the win. They're not trying to invade, they're not trying to disturb you guys, you know. So that's how you actually pick off. That's how you actually decide, if I could say that. Decide whether you want to invade as much or you're not. Because as you can see, the opposing team on my side, then they were not that good. Okay, time to recap now. Tip number 1, always keep your bank clear of any miniature prime evils. Tip number 2, try to invade, test the waters, you know, see if like the opposing team is any good or not. Tip number 3 would be range is your best friend. And I almost forgot the crucial tip of them all, man. In order for you guys to inflict DPS on your prime evil while the shield is up, you guys need to kill what we call envoys, something like that, envoys. Yeah, man. It's like these other enemies that appear on 3 sides, either the left, the middle, or the right side. They appear on each type of map, you know. So you guys will see them up here. And yeah, man, hope these tips actually do help you guys out in Gambit, win more games, or if you guys are trying to grind out for the malfeasance or whatnot, you know. So yeah, tip number 5 would be use more heavy ammo often.
Enemy invader is down. You can breathe. Enemy team's about to win this. Get moving. Embrace the darkness. Take out those guardians. That's one. Two down. You're in the lead. 10 seconds left. Bringing you back. Good hunt. incoming. That primeval's not long for this world. Burn it down. Take this game. The enemy team's about to win this. Get moving. Round's done. Opposing team defeated their primeval.